So I've had a lot of parents that have expressed some frustration to me about the recruiting process. They're not sure what to do, and they're frustrated by the fact that they're not making any progress. So I wanted to put this together for you very quickly so you can kind of go through, and I'm just going to give you a general overview. Now, if you want to get into detail and you want to get a full picture and be able to build an actual recruiting plan and increase your chance of earning a scholarship to play in college, down below in the description, I have a link to a course that I put together on CoachTube where you can sign up for a free account, and then there's a couple free lessons on there, and then you can watch the course, and it has everything you need to basically demystify the recruiting process. I go out and do these seminars for schools, for high schools, for different organizations, for parents, and being able to make this available online has opened the door so many more people can see it than just those groups that I get to go visit. Now, the first question I always ask if I meet with parents and a prospect is, do you want to be recruited or do you want to be a college athlete? A lot of guys, everybody loves the recruiting process and they love the attention. All right. They love reaching out to them and all that. But a lot of guys don't really want to play college sports. They don't want to do the work it takes to be a college athlete because it really is a full-time job when you're in school. There's a lot of benefits. You're going to get academic support. College athletes tend to graduate at higher rates, but there's a reason why a lot of guys end up either transferring or coming home. And a lot of that comes down to the fact that they end up not really wanting to be a college athlete. They just want the attention of getting recruited to be one. You have to love football. And that's what I'd ask guys when I'd recruit them when I was a college football coach was, do you like football or love football? If you like football, you're probably not going to make it. If you love football and you have some grit, you have a chance. Now, one thing I want you to understand is there's a lot of money on the table. About $3.6 billion is awarded every year in athletic scholarships across all sports. But they're hard. That money's hard to get. It's a competition. All right. What sets you apart from everybody else? There are 1 million high school football players. There are only 96,000 college football players. Only 3% of those are Division I players. Now let's talk about the different levels. So FBS, which are your SEC schools, Big Ten schools, MAC schools, schools like that, they have up to 85 scholarships. Most of them have 85 scholarships to give. Everybody that comes in is going to get a full scholarship if they're a scholarship athlete. They also have walk-on opportunities where you can be a preferred walk-on. And what that means is you're not getting a scholarship, but there's no guarantee, but they might have a spot for you to practice with them. And then there are also some non-preferred walk-ons where they say, hey, you can come try out with us in the fall. Maybe you make it, maybe you don't. Then there's FCS. All right. This used to be called 1AA. They have up to 63 scholarships. Some FCS schools have no scholarships. They do give some full rides. They also divide up some of that scholarship money. Now, at the D2 level, you're going to have up to 36 scholarships. So you're not going to have many guys at the D2 level. It's rare that a guy gets a full ride. Some guys are going to get $500. Some guys might get $5,000. It just depends on the value you bring to the program. And a lot of times that money changes based on the impact that you make and the value you bring to the program. NAI schools have up to 24 scholarships. So again, a lot of partials. D3 has no athletic scholarships. They do give financial aid and some other packages like that. And then there's junior college, which are 2-year schools. They have 68 scholarships. Also, something if you're an undersized guy is sprint football. This is catching on. A lot of schools have added this. There's no limit to scholarships. It's kind of set by the school. A lot don't give any. Some do give some money, but it's a chance to play, but it's not a sanctioned NCAA sport. And then there's prep schools and postgraduate academies where you go for 1 year, maybe to get your test scores up, maybe to get your grades up, maybe to let your body mature a little bit. Some of these do give scholarships. Be very leery if they do not have an EDU in their name. You probably want to stay away from it. If they don't have an EDU in that email address, there are a lot of shams that have popped up with prep schools and post-grad academies. That's for another day. All right, so how do you get recruited? Number one is measurables, height, weight, and then your combine numbers, your speed, agility, and explosiveness. All right, those things that colleges want to know if you're going to be able to have the athletic ability and the size to play at their level. Second is performance on the field. All right, now, what does this come down to? Are you a game changer? Do you change games and dominate the competition at your level? If you don't do those two things, then you're probably not going to be very heavily recruited. Next is explosiveness, and then expert and coachability. Now, when I talk about explosiveness, I'm talking about if you're a lineman, you're pancaking people. If you're a defensive lineman, you're able to run through offensive linemen. You get off the ball fast and you're in the backfield before the football is. If you're a receiver, you blow by people. If you're a running back and you hit the hole, you don't get chased down. All right. Effort and coachability a lot of times comes from coach recommendations. How is he in practice? Does he listen to coaching, or is he kind of a prima donna or entitled? And then we have grades. Got to be eligible, and you got to meet the admissions requirements. Grades are the number one reason guys get eliminated. All right, now what's an offer? An offer signals that a college is recruiting you. There's two types. A committable offer means you can commit to the school, they're going to hold the scholarship for you. And then a non-committable offer means they're interested, but they're not going to hold the scholarship. An offer means nothing until your letter of intent signed. Okay? Colleges will drop people the day before because someone else becomes available. Guys will change their commitments. All right. So always, even if you commit to someone, don't put all your eggs in one basket. All right. Make sure they're as committed to you as you are to them. Now, three keys here. You got to have a plan. All right. Number one's a training plan. Number two is a development plan. And number three is a recruiting plan. Second, you got to set yourself apart. How do you do it? In the weight room, on the field, and then camps and showcases, and in the classroom. Now, I'm going to tell you something here. I'm going to give you $1 million piece of advice with camps and showcases. Don't dress like everybody else. Don't show up in normal cleats. Wear a hat, wear a visor, wear a bandana, wear something bright colored, wear bright colored gloves, neon colored cleats. I remember when I was coaching college football and we're at a camp, coaches come together during a break. And we're going to talk about guys. They're not going to say, hey, did you see number 343? I mean, we might, but a lot of us didn't notice him. But if they say, hey, did you see the kid with the backwards hat? Did you see the kid with the pink spat on his cleats? Did you see the kid with the neon gloves? That's something you can do that's very easy to do to set yourself apart. All right. So you got to back it up with your play now. You don't want to be the guy that's noticeable because you didn't do something right. And then third, you got to be resilient because the process can be frustrating. All right. Contact coaches. You've got to contact coaches through Twitter, through email, through DMs. You got to visit schools. All right. I always recommend going out on your own and visiting schools and then work to keep improving. You are never as good as you can be. 3 keys to growth so you can keep improving. Number one, attend workouts. If you're missing workouts, then you're not a recruitable guy. All right. You're at your workouts every day unless you're on a family vacation or at camp. You're not sitting at home working out your thumbs on the game machine. All right. Every day you're at workouts, you're doing every set, every rep. All right. Fuel your body. Hydration, water. All right. Cut out the soda, drink water. Water's vital. Eat fruits and vegetables. All right. And then eat protein. If you're eating hot Cheetos in the morning with a Coke for breakfast, you're not going to be at your best, and you're not really serious. If you're serious about being the best you can be and about having this opportunity, then you're going to take how you feel your body seriously. And then third, work on skill development. All right. Get better at your position. If you're a skill guy, you're running routes, catching balls. If you're a quarterback, you're throwing to your skill guys. If you're a offensive or defensive lineman, you're out working on your get offs, you're working on your footwork, you're working on your hand placement. All right. Ask your coach what you need to do to get better. If you're not doing that, then you're not taking advantage of every opportunity you have. All right. I hope that this gave you some stuff you can use. If you want more information, I want you to click the link that's in the description and you can pull up that whole video course. It's several hours. It includes downloadables. It includes everything you need and a lot of educational information to help you get an advantage, because the only way, now I'm going to tell you this is important. The only way people will recruit you is if they know who you are. If they don't know who you are, they won't recruit you. And I give you a plan and I give you different ways that you can get your name out there and market yourself. All right. I give you everything you need to have a full recruiting plan. I've dropped the price to make it accessible. All right. I didn't want this to be something that someone couldn't afford. All right. For the cost of a college camp, you can get this whole course, and that way you don't have to pay me to come in and spend a lot of money to do that. You can just watch this video. In addition to the videos, it has, again, downloadable resources. and it'll help your chances of earning a scholarship. I've had several people reach out to me and say it gave them a lot of important information. Now, with that said, I can't get you a scholarship. No one can. Only you can, because you have to do the things it takes to earn a scholarship. I'm on Twitter at Coach Vince. So if there's anything you need, you have questions, let me know in Twitter. And I wish you the best as you go through this process.